to 53. Let's get to Stephen King's In the Tall Grass from 2019. It's directed by Vincenzo Natali, stars Lisa de Oliveira, Patrick Wilson, Avery Whitted, and the synopsis is: after hearing a young boy's cry for help, a sister and brother venture into a vast field of tall grass in Oklahoma, but soon discover there may be no way out, and that something evil lurks within. This was a first-time watch for me, and to clarify, it is based off the novella by Stephen King and his son, Joe Hill. All in all, I think that the best thing I can say about this movie is that it's at least different. I've never really seen a concept like this before in movies, where they go into this huge tall grass field and suddenly find themselves lost. They hear voices from all over. They can't find their place of geography. And suddenly there's a lot of nightmarish, supernatural things going on. There are other people stuck in there. You don't know if you can trust them or not. What I got from it, commentary-wise, and it's one of the things that Stephen King does so well, is the idea of choices and being able to go back in time to reevaluate those decisions to see if you would make the same mistake again, given the scenario or given that opportunity, as well as being stuck in the life cycle, as we all are, can't get out of it. We are who we are. So I really liked that this movie had a lot more going on underneath than a lot of others like it. And despite it being a novella and the movie in some points feeling too stretched out story-wise for a feature film, I was still always curious as to what would happen next, and I didn't mind being stuck in this weird scenario. Some broad, strong points about it. The green of the grass allowed the movie to be very consistently colorful. Plus, despite the fact that it's all in one location, I thought that the direction was strong and it offered enough variety with how they shoot the field, how they shoot the characters, the variations and concepts behind the look of the nightmares and dreams. So I never really found the movie to be that visually repetitive as much as it easily could be. Performance-wise, solid, no issues at all. Patrick Wilson, great actor. Whenever he pops up in a movie, there's always, to me, I get a sense of comfort, weirdly. He just has that effect and can really be in any genre. The score is quite good. And spoilers here, just in case, it is 5 years old, but the all-knowing rock is an interesting idea. It's maybe a little goofy, but I appreciate the symbolism and the kind of brainwashing of it with Patrick Wilson or whoever touches it, and that becomes the grasses or the god's servant. As well as the imagery of when you see inside certain characters' bodies, like you see the womb inside the pregnant woman, and the grass is filling the womb around the baby, or the father, he touches it and there's the grass filling the area around his heart. When the pregnant woman is all by herself towards the end in the darkness and the rain, and there's that grass tribe with the faces made out of grass, like the swirling groups of grass, and she sees all of the lost souls, the dead bodies in the roots of the soil. When Patrick Wilson crushes the head of his wife, that's a pretty insane visual and really gets the movie going a little bit more in terms of horror. In the final moments of the father who tries to redeem himself a little bit for having abandoned the mother when she got pregnant, and the young boy trying to warn the main couple to not go back in there because obviously they're not aware of what they're about to do in this situation. The message of taking lessons from other people, saying, hey, don't make the same mistake I just did. There are stretches. It's not that long. It's like an hour 40 or so. There are parts that drag that maybe don't get repetitive, but I feel like my interest sometimes went up and down. Whenever Patrick Wilson was on screen, I was focused. But then when it would get back into the conflict between the brother and then the father of his sister, and there's that weird mention of incestual feelings about the sister. It's weird and random, but whatever. Those sections would be by far my least favorite or the least interesting. Still, though, it's a very refreshingly creepy movie. I don't know what else could have been done with the amount of story that's there in the novella. Like, it's not a big, sweeping, epic novel, so I don't think that we're going to get anything more than what this movie offers. That is a heavy 3.5 out of 5.